Hey you guys, let me make sure my camera's straight. It kind of looks crooked, but I think it's okay. All right, look, let's get it. Okay, there we go. Let's get the Christmas tree in the picture, even though it's after Christmas. Hey you guys, I hope you guys had a good Christmas. It's not quite New Year's yet, but depending on when you watch this, Happy New Year's. Today's Friday, the 29th. So 2017. So we are almost in 2018, a few more days to go, and we will be celebrating 2018 in the United States. So I wanted to come to you guys today and do a really quick video on really what's going on my channel and just like my story and like what you can expect, what you're gonna be expecting from me in 2018. So first of all, welcome to my new subscribers. I hope you guys have enjoyed the little content that I have provided. I want to apologize to all you guys for not being as consistent as I should be. There is a reason behind it, but I'm not going to give it to you because I hate reasons. If you're going to say you're going to do something, you should just do it. And so I really want to be able to offer you guys some like just what's going on with me. And so, okay, first of all, my name is Keioffa. Hey everybody. I created this channel a couple years ago. The channel is pretty old, and it was just kind of like a random lifestyle channel, but it really wasn't a lifestyle back then because it's like in 2009 or like I had a YouTube channel so many times. And so anyways, the channel back then was just kind of for me to just document what was going on. That was when like natural hair and hair care was like really starting to come along, and so I wanted to start like a hair care channel and all that. Anyways, along the lines, I was posting surgical tech stuff like randomly, and so like I started getting so many questions on surgical tech stuff. I was like, okay, maybe I should just turn the channel into just a surgical tech channel. And then I did that, but along the lines, basically, so okay, let me back all the way up because now I got to tell you like the beginning. So I'm a hairstylist. Let's start with that. I started doing hair a long time ago when I was like, I don't know. I've been doing hair forever. So I went to cosmetology school though in 2012. And once I got out of cosmetology school, I realized that I had to learn how to market myself. And that's kind of when I fell into the whole business world. But before that, before I actually went to cosmetology school, I was in the Navy. And I was in the Navy, and I was a Navy corpsman, and then I went to surgical tech school. So they sent me to surgical tech school as a Navy corpsman. But as a surgical tech in the Navy, it's not like the way that we were trained. It's not like, from what I've heard, the civilian training is like. So my training was 6 months. It was 3 months didactics and 3 months of clinicals, and it was accelerated. And we also was taught assisting. So you'll see a lot of military people that, or a lot of assistants that are prior military, and that's how they became assistants. And so that's the pathway that I approached first assistant, and so in surgical tech. And so anyways, I stopped working as a surgical tech after I had my son. I worked for like a couple of jobs, and I was like, nah, this ain't gonna work because I was going into hospitals, and I don't know, it just didn't feel right at the time for me to be doing. So I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And so that's when I ended up going to cosmetology school. So I went to cosmetology school, and then that's when I realized the business aspect of being a hairstylist, being a cosmetologist. And so I was like, okay, well, I do want to work for myself because I really don't like having a boss. You know, I'm not really politically correct. I like to say whatever I want to and not have to worry about, offending anybody or saying something that's gonna get me wrote up or whatever. And so I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm not gonna scrub anymore. Like, I'm done with that. And so I just went to cosmetology school, and I focused solely on being a hairstylist. And I did that for I got out of cosmetology school, like I said, I think in 2012. And so 2013 or maybe 2014 is when I opened up my hair salon, the studio hair salon. But I did work for a couple places before I got my own little studio. And the first place I worked, it was like with my homegirl and these other two ladies. That was such a disaster. You guys, oh my God, business. working in hair salons is like so chaotic and dramatic. And so what you don't learn in cosmetology school is business or any skill type of, they don't teach you, if you go to like any vocational school, they don't teach you how to be a business person unless you're going for like a business course. And so I had no clue on business, but I did remember, I knew about like YouTube and I had been blogging and things like that. So I was like, okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just start blogging and writing about, my services. And so then I started just researching like online marketing and digital marketing and like all of it. Like I just went crazy on it. I was like, this what I'm gonna do, this what I'm gonna do. And so I started doing it. And it really worked. It just wasn't as smooth as it could have been. It was a lot of trial and error involved because I didn't have a lot of money. I had time, but I was also trying to work and build my clientele, and it was just real unstable. And so what happened, I had to go back to working in the OR because I didn't have enough stable income as a hairstylist. And I'm a mom, so I need to have a certain amount of money coming in. And so I basically went and started scrubbing again. But this time, when I went back to scrubbing, I started PRN. I was like, no. I'm not gonna allow them to have that kind of control over my life. Like, that's just way too much. And so I worked PRN. I was like, okay, cool. And I was at a hospital. But the bureaucracy and like the politics that go along with being like staff or an employee, like staff member at some of these places, is just out of control. And so I was just like, nope, I'm good. After working for like 2 years at this one hospital here. And so after that, I was like, okay, I'm still gonna scrub, but I need to be able to scrub in a more controlled environment where I have way more control over my schedule, and it's more homely environment. It's not so much you're just a body and you're not treated like that. And so I was like, okay, I'm looking to a surgery center. I'm like, at this point, I had been scrubbing for like 10, I had like 10 years experience besides a little break, that I had when I went to cosmetology school. And I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go work PRN at a surgery center. And so I found a surgery center and I started working PRN there, and I really like it, you guys. And what it allowed me to do is working PRN, I can still build my business at home. And okay, I still do hair too, but I'm more into like shifting into the business aspect of the not even cosmetology, just in general, because I really, really, really like marketing. It's like a puzzle to me, like marketing and business, especially like small business, you guys, because I already know what it's like to have a small business. And what I mean by that is, so yeah, I was working, like I told you guys, okay, I was working with my friend at the other salon, and then that fell apart, and then me and my friend went and worked at like a barbershop salon, and then that fell apart too. That's why I said it's crazy. Like that business, the industry is kind of crazy. And then I went and worked at one other place, and it was real cool. But like I said, the money wasn't really coming in because I wasn't being able to like I didn't know marketing like that. Like I was still learning and teaching myself all this marketing, and I really could have paid somebody to try to teach me this, but I didn't know who to pay, and then I didn't want to waste any money, and so I didn't have any money to waste. So I was like, okay, I'm just have to take the time and go through the learning curves on my own. So when I went to the last hair salon I was working at, one of the last hair salons I worked at, I was like, okay, well, what I'm gonna do is, before I just give up altogether, is I'm gonna go to JCPenney hair salon, and I'm gonna work as an hourly/commission worker. And so what happens at JCPenney hair salon is, if you don't meet your commission quota, then you get paid your hourly wage, which is only like $7 and some change plus the tips you get. So I was like, okay, that's more consistent than, just working as a hairstylist paying booth rent, because that's what I was paying booth rent. And so if y'all don't know what booth rent is, for you surgical techs, booth rent is when you have to pay to use a certain area in a building, in a hair salon, and you basically are your own independent boss. And so you have to bring in all your own products and all your own customers, and you have to teach yourself all the new tricks and techniques. And so I was like, no, okay, maybe I just need to go work at a hair salon, like a franchise hair salon. And so JCPenney's was it, because it was like, everybody know about JCPenney hair salon from back in the day. And so I went in there, and JCPenney's, they have like a whole educational type setup, or like model for their hairstylist. And so it's really cool if you knew. And then it also kind of brought me into like how to approach it as a business, because even though it was JCPenney's hair salon, they still wanted you to be able to market, but they wasn't teaching you how to market as a as a new market, how marketing is now, like online marketing. They were just teaching me things that I should be doing, as a cosmetologist in general. And so they were also sending me to hair courses, like hair styling courses, and teaching you the new techniques and everything. And so that was cool, but then at the same time, you're not making any money because it just was not consistent enough. So I'm back to working PRN at the hospitals. But now I moved, and when I moved into a place that had like a mother-in-law suite, a 1-bedroom like studio in the back. And the intention was for me to rent it out, but I didn't end up renting it out. I rented out for a couple of years, like a year and a half almost. And then after I rented it out, while I was renting it out, I was still working at Penny's. And so that's when I kind of did some numbers, and I was like, I might as well just work out of the house. And so what I did the whole thing, you guys. Like, I went and I got the inspection, I got my license, I got the salon registered, like everything is legit. And so along the process, that's when I was learning about business, like getting my studio license and getting all the things in order. I was just like, people need to know how to do this, because this is really where it's at. And so, okay, now that I got the salon up and I'm working PRN, I'm like, okay, I'm balancing both of them out. But what ended up happening was, now I'm looking at surgical tech as a skill the same way that I'm looking at hairstylists as a skill. But before, I wasn't looking at surgical tech as a skill. I was looking at it as like a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't, the approach to it wasn't the same. But now that I have I got tongue tied. Now that I have been exposed to this business model over here, I'm like, well, both of these are skills. Both of these are the same. Like, neither one is, more than the other one. But in this business model with hairstyling, they're taught to kind of approach it as a business, but they don't teach you business in cosmetology school. So it's a learning curve there. And a lot of people don't get on the other side of that curve. A lot of people quit, because in business, if you don't make it in 5, like most businesses fail in 5 years, and that's why you see so many stylists, hairstylists, and makeup artists, because it's so, like, the turnover rate is crazy. But on the other hand, you got the way that people are teaching you to approach the medical field in general, like whether it's surgical tech, surgical assistant, nursing. In general, everybody think the first thing when you get that skill is to go work for a company, to go work at a hospital, to go work for somebody, not taking the approach of an entrepreneur in that same mind frame as a hairstylist. So now I'm like, oh my God, I need to do this. And so I was like, okay, dial it back a little bit, try to figure out a plan, And so while I was working on my plan, I was like, okay, I need to get certified. So I got certified. And then when I got certified, I was like, dang. When I was looking for my study guide and study material, the material that I was finding was like, I was just confused, and it wasn't really helping me. And so I tried, I put some things together for myself, and I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Like, I did a whole bunch of research. And so I was like, boom, okay, I got it. And so once I figured out how I was going to study, I went and I took the test, and I took the exam, and I passed it. And I was like, okay, cool. The first time I took it, I didn't pass it, but I didn't study because I was arrogant. I was just like, oh, I've been a surgical tech for this long, and, blase, blase. But then it was like, you get in there and you start reading the questions, like, wait a minute. What do I do? What is that process? And so I went back to the drawing board, and I was like, okay, it's time to get it, And so I ended up getting my CST exam, and now most of y'all know, this whole year I've been working on clinicals. Actually, for the last 2 years, but we're not gonna get into that because the first set of clinicals I missed my deadline, so I had to do it again, and it wasn't like a long time. It's been about a year and 6 months, at least a year and a half that I've been working on it. And so we almost done. Yes, praise God. And my approach to First Assist is gonna be my approach to hairstyling. I don't intend on. I will work PRN, and I will work, for another hospital, I won't say that, but my goal is to not work as an employee. Like, I want to be able to work as a freelance contractor, and so that's yeah, so that's what I wanted to come, like, basically this is what I wanted to come tell you guys, and kind of like give you an overview of like who I am. And so with all of that being said, with the hairstyling and the surgical tech and the, like, now I'm into marketing and business, especially small business. It's kind of what happened to me is I was trying to separate everything a few months ago. That's why I have a surgical tech certification YouTube channel. That's why it was named that. But what I'm doing now is I'm consolidating everything into just one channel and one website. Everything is going to be Keioffa. You can find me across the board at Keioffa.com, Keioffa at whatever social media platform you're on. I'm pretty much on all of them. I'm trying to get a lot more consistent with it, and I'm working on some things that's going to help out with that. But I just wanted to come and let y'all know what was going on. I'm sorry this video so long. Like, I really don't be meaning to make long videos, but I talk a lot, and I really don't. I'm not going to apologize for it because it's my channel, and, you know, if there is something that you want me to talk about, then just ask me. But it's some questions that I already need to answer, so I'm going to answer those. So try to watch the other videos, and if I haven't answered them yet, then you can ask me on whatever. But anyways, you guys, so yeah, on this channel, like I say, it's going to be some everything, but I'm going to try to organize it to where it's not like so chaotic. So I don't want you just to have to like figure out what day is what. I am going to try to get it a little more organized. So I might just do surgical tech stuff on like Saturdays, because I know most surgical techs either don't work on Saturdays, or they might just be on call on Saturdays, you know, or in Saturdays, even if you are at work, it's a lot slower. So I will be providing some study guide information. There will definitely be study guide. I'm going to provide study guide information on YouTube, and there will be study guide information on my website at Keioffa.com. I haven't put it up yet, but it will be, that's where you will find my surgical tech information. And also there will be a way for you, if you need help studying, but me and you can just do like a one-on-one, or just whatever you need me to help you with. I'm available for you. So that's really all I have. Oh, I do want to say one thing. Keep the negative comments to yourself, because I'm gonna delete them. I'm gonna delete them. I'm not gonna allow that kind of negativity in my community. So how I feel about negative comments is that you may be having a bad day, or your mood is off, or whatever, and that's your problem. And so I don't want you to be able to affect nobody else's mood based on your comment about however you feel about the video. If you feel like I was rambling, you feel like I move around too much, or however you feel about it, I care, but I don't care. If it's not constructive criticism, if you're just like attacking my face, my person, or whatever, then, you know, keep that to yourself. But if you feel like, you know, Keioffa, can you concise the information a little bit more, or whatever, then say that. But don't be all like, oh, you all over the place, because not only am I going to delete the comment, I'm probably going to block you too. So, but anyways, you guys, that's all I have for you. I'm sorry I'm sniffing. It is like 40-something degrees here. The weather, I'm in Florida. The weather has been all over the place. And I work in the OR, so it's kind of like you go in the one room, and in the other room, it's like, one room is hot, the other room is cold. Anyway, so I want to invite you guys, like I said, to Keioffa.com. It's not all the way ready yet, but it will be over the next couple of days. That's the plan. So just go on there, and if you don't see any surgical tech stuff, just come back in a couple of days, and it'll be on there. Just give me a chance to get it up there. And I hope to see you guys on the next video. Bye.